Thank you so much. Thank you. Ask you that we do something with three together. Yeah.
Excellency Gianni Infantino, President of FIFA, Excellency Dr. Patrice Motsepe, President of CAF, member of the CAF Executive Committee, the distinguished members of the association, and of course, our celebrated AFCON legends. I'm old enough to remember some of you playing that beautiful football. And ladies and gentlemen, again, a very good morning to all of you. It is indeed my honor and a great pleasure to welcome you to your home country, Ethiopia. We are very much delighted to host this 46th Ordinary Assembly of the Confederation of African Football in Addis Ababa. Your presence here in many ways reflects our shared passion for this beautiful and noble game of football and of our collective aspiration to advancing the sports across Africa. Football makes up Africa's popular sport and is indeed central to preserving and celebrating our collective heritage. It is apparent that in today's world, sport serves as the cornerstone to unite our continent, transcending boundaries and differences. This perfectly aligns with African Union's Agenda 2063, which envisions a unified Africa characterized by a robust cultural identity, shared heritage, and values. It is in this light the government of Ethiopia recognizes and wholeheartedly supports the pivotal role that CAF plays in achieving these aspirations. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity to expand my sincere gratitude to Dr. Patrice Motsepe, President of CAF, for his exemplary leadership of our continental football governing body. Under his presidency, we have witnessed a remarkable commitment to fostering the sport at all levels and his special focus to cultivating young, dynamic, and promising talent. It is almost becoming a point of certainty in Africa that masters supreme talent in football. Our players are the bedrock of the major football leagues within and outside of the continent. While Africa is yet to bring the World Cup, I mean the Cup, but it would be a remiss of me if I don't recognize South Africa for bringing the World Cup, I believe in 2010, and much appreciation for that. I believe we're crossing our fingers. Many tournaments definitely will flow to Africa again. So it is important to bring the CAP to the home soil. African players continue indeed to be instrumental to the victory of other teams. The President of FIFA, Mr. Gianni Infantino, has often emphasized the key to elevating the sport and nurturing young talent lies and the scaling up of our collective efforts. With this foundational talent in place, African football can thrive and occupy its rightful place on the global stage. I wish, therefore, to reaffirm Ethiopia's unwavering commitment to help forge a legacy that honors our past and paves the way for future triumphs. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Ethiopia is proud of the role we played in the establishment of CAF in 1957. In those years, when our continent was under the yoke of colonization, football serves as a platform for unity and expression of freedom. It was Ato Yunakacho Tasama, as Ethiopian Football Confederation chairman mentioned earlier, Ato Yunakacho Tasama, who served as the president of CAF, driven by the epitome of Pan-Africanism, succeeded to put Africa in its rightful place in FIFA and the World Cup. The enormous love of the game by Ethiopians, you wouldn't believe it. The historic attachment we have with the development of the sports in Africa makes it fitting to have this momentous gathering in Addis Ababa. Even more so, the meeting is perfectly aligned with Ethiopia's bid and aspiration to host the AFCON 2029. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, Ethiopia is the second most populous nation in Africa, with 70% of its population under the age of 30 years. Sport makes a significant part of our national plan to harnessing our demographic dividend. We are investing heavily in sports education and in construction of infrastructure, including new stadiums and renovation the existing ones. When given the opportunity to host AFCON, we look forward to creating exceptional experience for teams, fans, and the rest of the sports family and all other stakeholders. I take this opportunity to request CAF to endorse Ethiopia's bid to host this prestigious tournament. Ethiopia, a country of millions of passionate fans of the sport, and a nation that played the foundational role in the development of African football, is eager to showcase its capabilities and contribute to the continued growth of the sport. After half a century of hosting of AFCON, that was indeed a long time ago. I believe many of you are not born. Our bid to host the African Cup in 2029 could not have come at a better time. On that note, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, let me once again welcome you to Addis Ababa and wish you all a pleasant stay and fruitful and productive deliberation. I thank you.